Pod Hub Network. Your city, your podcast.
To the delight of this crowd, McClendon marches down the dugout steps with first base.
McCutcheon's throw. The runner breaks to the plate. Here's the throw. Wow. He is out. The Buccos win. That ball's hit well to left center field. Back toward the track. And that ball is gone.
You are listening to the North Shore 9 podcast. Follow them on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Also, make sure to watch NS9 Live every Thursday on Twitch and help support by becoming a patron. Let's go Bucks!
Yo, 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 welcome to Starbucks. I'm your host, Anthony DiNardo. With me, we got Jim Rosati. Jim, happy Monday to you.
Happy Monday. How was your weekend?
It was all right. Nothing special. How about you?
Had some pool time. Went to the pool twice this weekend because it was gorgeous weather. So that was nice.
There you go.
Got some tan on. My sunburn from last weekend. I thought I was just gonna peel on my arms and stuff, but it actually just turned into a nice little tan. So yeah.
Good. Yeah, you're sunburned from sitting in the 60-degree weather watching the Reds game, huh?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'll take it. I'll take tan over peeling skin any day.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, well, big congrats to you on your tan.
Thank you.
Also, on your pool days. I saw that, and drinking an iced coffee. Yeah. Big congrats.
Picked up an iced coffee on the way to the pool. Figured that would be, a good way to kind of start the pool day off, and then, switched to had a couple high noons.
Oh, yeah. How are those? I've never had one, by the way, ever in my life.
They're not bad. They're really not bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are they worth like the $5,000 per can? It seems like they are.
I like them better than like seltzers, if that's the question.
Well, it wasn't the question, but it's a good answer.
Yeah.
I think it's the only reason I don't get them. I'm like, it's like $20 for like 5 cans, I think, 6 cans.
So they're a little bit different because, like, I don't know how your laws in Florida are, but our laws in Kentucky, you can buy beer at like gas stations and stuff, right? But you can't buy liquor at gas stations. And technically, high noons are made with vodka, not like beer, like a seltzer or like a White Claw would be. So you have to actually go to a liquor store to get high noons. You can't just pick them up at a gas station. So that's probably like the one knock on them. They're a little bit harder to get. You have to actually like go into a real store as opposed to just going to a gas station, but it is what it is.
Interesting. So like we have that same law, but I swear I see them in grocery stores, gas stations, all that. I don't know. I'll have to double check, but anyways, enough of that.
Yeah.
So how about this for a weekend, right? The Pirates played the Reds. They won the series.
Split the series.
They split the series. It was a 4-game series. You are correct, Jim. They split the series. Hey, that's a win in my heart. That's all.
Better than last weekend when they did lose the series. Yeah.
much better. So, I mean, to top it off, so not only do they split, but we got to, of course, still talk about this today because the Pirates won yesterday, accumulating 0 hits. 0. How does that not embody the entire season of like the 2022 Pirates and the 22 Cincinnati Reds?
It was funny because like you said it pretty correctly there. Like if any team was going to lose a game like this, like it's the Reds because they've just been completely terrible this year. But at the same time, the Pirates also haven't been great. So it was just great to see that these two teams were able to come together and do something like this. I feel like this hasn't been done in a while. I saw a lot of tweets about like when the last time this was. It's been like over a decade, I think. that a team has won while recording no hits. Like it's been quite a while. So it was.
I don't remember
always
that time
fun to
either,
see.
but I feel like it's well over a decade. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was funny. So again, I wasn't actually watching the game. I was at the pool, and I like just randomly looked at my phone, and I saw when I pulled up the at bat app, and I looked at the scoreboard. It's got that little no hitter banner on it in like the 7th inning, and I was like, "Oh crap, we're getting no hit by Hunter Green."
Right.
And then I like look at the lineup, and I'm just like, "Oh no, we're gonna get no hit by Hunter Green." But then, in the 8th inning, I started I pulled it up and was kind of following a little bit on my phone, and Hunter Green started wearing down a little bit. He got the first out, I believe, and then he went walk. And at that point, he was like, I noticed his pitch count, and I was just like, there's like no way he can keep going. Like you can't. Like he would have to pitch like 140 pitches to complete this game. And like that's not going to happen. Like
Right.
David Bell's an idiot, but I don't think he's quite that dumb. So they pull Hunter Green. Art Warren walks the next guy, and then Pirates get a run across. So yeah, really cool. Once that happened, I was just like, oh my God, I hope we win 1-0 without a hit. That would be great. Like that was what I was shooting for.
I mean, that's literally where I was too. That's it's just because it's so weird. It is the 22 Pirates, the 22 Reds, that I kind of was hoping. I'm like, you know what? Let's get weird, right? Let's win this and get no hit. And that was just epic. Like you're saying, I mean, that's the 2022 Reds in a nutshell. They're so bad, but they have talent. Like Hunter Green is a talented pitcher. He hasn't put it together this year yet. I mean, he did a fantastic job putting it together against the Pirates yesterday. But that would be so the Reds to get a no-hitter and still lose. Like, that's how awful they are. And yet, in the same sense, it's such the Pirates to win a game and celebrate being no-hit. Like, they're so awful that they get no-hit, and yet we're celebrating and happy and excited. Like, yes, look at us. We won.
I mean, at the end of the day, a win is a win, regardless if you do it 10-2.
Spoken just like a Pirates fan.
Or 1-0 with no hits. I mean, if you look, it counts the exact same in the standings.
It does. Yeah. But you just got no hit. That's embarrassing. By the 2022 Cincinnati Reds. And you couldn't be happier right now.
I mean, I could be happier. But definitely a really cool thing that happened. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty sweet to be on the winning end of that, because I feel like that would be something like, because the Pirates haven't thrown a no-hitter in a while now. Right. I think 97 was the last one. It was a combined no-hitter, right? I think that's right. So like I feel like we've gone 25 years now without a Pirates no-hitter. Like this is something that would happen to the Pirates. It's like they would throw a no-hitter and they would lose. And so it like technically wouldn't even count as a no-hitter like in the record books and stuff, because like there's weird rules when we've talked about this last year with the whole Madison Bumgarner stuff, right? There are weird rules when it comes to like what's a no-hitter and what's not. And so this technically doesn't count as like as a like an official no-hitter in the Major League record book by the Reds. So that would be what would happen to the Pirates typically. But yeah, we were at least on the good end of it. So that makes it fun.
Yeah, that's why I just figured too. Like the thing is, this could never happen to the Pirates, because who the hell could even last 9 innings? I mean, we're excited that someone went 7, right? Like the Pirates
Quintana
throwing. I mean, but could Quintana go 9?
He only threw 89 pitches.
I know, and
went
pulled
7 today. Right. What I'm saying is, I bet he could have gone. Like he would have been physically capable of it
if he was in line for one. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
So part of it was like, who's going to go the distance, and secondly, who has the talent to go the distance and have no hits. So that's why I felt it was fitting on the Pirates end for 2022. Because, I mean, Hunter Green is talented. You know, if he threw a no-hitter, anyone who throws one, it's a big deal. Obviously, it's hard to do. I'm not going to say, oh, yeah, I could see that happening. But like Hunter Green, I could see that happening with. He's a very talented pitcher. So that I could see the Reds throwing a no-hitter in that sense. Like anyone, the Pirates, they're the ones who would get no hit and win. But anyways, so yeah, like that was just a great game in that sense. Then the offense was terrible. Obviously, you saw the lineup. I mean, also that's part of it too. Like it's not surprising that lineup was no hit. It's at least Van Meter wasn't leading off today or yesterday.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4 guys in that lineup batting below 200. So, you know, that makes it a little bit easier on the pitcher for sure. I mean, there was, but as far as like the lineup goes, you look at it and like there's probably only one thing that you would change about it. Maybe
well, sadly
two.
Enough,
maybe
right?
two. Maybe two. Like Chavis in for Susugo and Diego Castillo in for Van Meter. The rest of it, like, that's the best we got.
Right. I know. It sucks. Trust me, I know. And that's why, like, I can't hammer 2 down. I want Van Meter gone. It doesn't make any sense to me that he's still here. But like you pointed out before and others, I mean, there's plenty of players that are just awful as well offensively. So I get it. But anyways, I have other Van Meter issues. I won't go too detailed right now, but you're right. I mean, again, like this team isn't good. It's not good. And this lineup is not good either. It's not even close to being good. Like you said, there's 4 guys in this lineup under 200 yesterday. Reynolds is on the verge of being under 200. Mm-hmm. And Castro has like a handful of bats. So like 2 more at bats and he could technically be under 200. So like that's where we stand right now. This lineup is Gamel and Cabrian Hayes. Because even Chavis has cooled down quite a bit. I mean, he's still better and he can give you a clutch hit here or there.
Vogelbach's been like a legit major league hitter.
My bad. Too. Yes, there's 3 then. I will definitely. Vogelbach has been very, very good this year. So there's 3 guys: Vogelbach, Hayes, and Gamel. That's it.
Gamel, who's 3rd in Major League Baseball in WAR right now, according to Fangraphs.
Well, you know what? There's been some updates, so that isn't entirely correct right now.
They just did. No, it's still there.
Well,
Ben Gamel,
it's still, so here's the thing: it is still there, but just because he's not qualified, Jack Suwinski now has a 7 WAR.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So, unfortunately.
Oh, Nick Gordon. Okay, you're right. This knocks down Ben Gamel a lot. Nick Gordon has a 20.4 WAR.
So good. Nick Gordon, breakout season. Called it. on his way to Cooperstown in a single season.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Fangraphs' website here, but
yeah, it's in the morning. If you're watching this now, listening early in the morning, hopefully it's still that way because it's kind of fun to see. But yeah, they're I think it's the defense mainly that's causing it. But the war's broken.
It is.
Like Aaron Judge defense is 103.4, leading him to a 13.1 season.
Yeah. Nick Gordon, I just checked here, is at 191.3 for a 20 point. He's a 20.4 WAR. With a 77 weighted runs created plus.
I'm seeing it now. How about the Twins? Like Nick Gordon with a 20.4 WAR, and then 4th in WAR, Gilberto Calistino with the 10.6.
You can't even say his name right.
Exactly.
Celestino.
Close enough.
Yeah.
So I mean, right
impressive.
there, there's like 30 WAR combined with those 2 guys.
Yeah, that's
like
impressive.
Like kudos to the Twins. You know, they're really nailing it. They've made their catcher really, really good. God, Gary Sanchez, actually in real life, like his framing is very, very good. The Twins are the framing doctor when it comes to catchers. And now they have 30 WAR between these guys. Makes a lot of sense. Anyways, yeah, so Fangraphs WAR is clearly broken. So I don't know. That's kind of throws the show off a little bit here when we're talking about numbers, but yeah, Jack Suwinski does not have a 7.64.
Can't really trust Fangraphs right now.
But maybe we should get into that a little bit here. I mean, obviously we know Cabrian Hayes is good. We talked about Cabrian Hayes last week, right? When you said about how the 5 WAR, and I don't know how much I can trust his numbers. It says a 1.2 WAR today. He looks about right.
I think that's pretty correct. He was at 1.3, I think, going into the weekend, and he did have like a 0 for 7 performance or something. So that's probably about right.
Sounds good. So yeah, like Cabrian Hayes we know is good. Ben Gamel continues to just I don't know. I mean, I think ultimately we know what he is. His career numbers speak. But like since the calendar turned to May, he's been ungodly and just crushing the ball. Still, I mean, I don't know. His defense says 23.7, leading him to a 3.6 WAR. That's almost believable how many diving catches I see him make. Maybe he truly does have 3.6 WAR. But like this guy is still batting unbelievably well. A 135 weighted runs created plus. Hit another home run.
193 in May.
There you go. So like May, he's just been dominant. But yeah, like the defense is still there. Like, that's something that's carried over from April. Like you're still seeing. I don't know where this come from. Like, again, you can't fake defense so much unless you dog it for a little bit to try to make it into a diving catch. But like even the defensive factors, I'm just saying, like you could fake it to that way. You could, you can make things look better than what they are. That's the only way you can fake things, right? But the defensive factors even show that he's having a fantastic defensive year. So where does this Ben Gamel come from, and what are we expecting maybe?
Well, I think as far as like defensive metrics go, it's still a pretty small sample size at this point. But I mean, you look at him and yeah, he's made some pretty impressive plays out there. He's also botched a few, right? And
a few.
And if you look at the StatCast numbers, the defense isn't that good. I mean, he's 11th percentile and outs above average. He's 21st percentile in outfielder jump. Is he very good at making diving catches? Yes. But I think what you're looking at with Gamel is most outfielders maybe don't have to dive for all the balls that he dives for. And that's kind of where Gamel's issues come from when it comes to defensive statistics. I don't really think he is a good outfielder. So
earlier then.
I don't know. He doesn't get good jumps. He doesn't get good reads on balls. But he has the speed and the ability to make up for that a lot of times, which leads to some pretty amazing catches every once in a while. But yeah, I wouldn't necessarily put him in like a he's a good outfielder standpoint.
Yeah, I want to take that part back. The metrics don't state he is good. So I don't know what I was looking at when I was looking at this stuff last night. But I stand corrected. So it looks the part, but it doesn't prove to be the part. So yes, he makes a lot of diving catches, which is cool and fun to see. And his pitchers are very appreciative of it. But yeah, his defensive metrics don't stand out as he is good. So, okay.
Yeah, I'm even looking at like his catch chart and stuff, and like nothing's really jumping out to me as far as
jumping out.
Like he technically, I don't even think it's made it. Like he hasn't even made a good play this year, is what StatCast is saying. So like all those catches that he's making, like StatCast is saying that like they all should have been caught.
So it just makes you appreciate Starling Marte even more, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Because Starling Marte makes it look boring.
Yeah, that's exactly what it, I mean, really, like if it makes you appreciate like really good outfielders a lot, because sometimes, yeah, really good defensive players look boring. Like there are a lot of times when Cabrian Hayes, we talk about Hayes a lot, where he just like makes plays seem not difficult, right? And then he will make some plays where it's like, oh my God, how did he do that? But there are a lot of times where like he'll do something and it won't even look like it was that amazing, but you're like, I don't think most people make that play. Ben Gamel is the opposite.
Good way of putting it. Yes. Okay. So then I take that part back, right? So the defense isn't totally there, but let's go to the offense too. The guy is
fine though.
No, I mean it is. He's not hurting the club per se.
No.
But yeah, like I said, offensively, the guy's just mashing right now. I don't suspect this to sustain, obviously. Again, like I'm gonna look at his career. His career, he's meh, right? And he was very
a league
bad
average hitter. He's
right.
Yeah, he's a league average hitter.
But as of
which
right
I
now,
think he could definitely do.
Yeah. Well, yes. And like I said, like as of right now, I'm gonna ride this hot bat, especially the way that Brian Reynolds is. But Ben Gamel is gonna come back down to earth, correct?
So I don't think he's I do think though, like when you look at the season, when this season is over, it will be Ben Gamel's best offensive season of his career. How about that?
Okay.
Which means he needs more than a 107 weighted runs created plus.
Mm-hmm.
I think he can do that.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. We never did our over and unders this year. I just realized that.
I know. We definitely didn't.
No.
Too late.
So I'm going over 107 weighted runs created plus for Ben Gamel. That's what I'm throwing that out there.
He's off. I mean, he has 120 plate appearance head start in doing so. I mean, I could see it happening just because where we stand right now, obviously. Oh, whoa. I just realized you're like halfway in the screen. I need to fix you. Hot damn. No one's seen your face for the most part. Look at all the viewers we had though. No, I'm just joking. All right. So yes. So like I said, with Ben Gamel, I can see 107 higher than that. Again, like that's not like a huge feat, but of course, Ben Gamel standards, that would be his best season. So I think that's fair. He could have like a 110-ish, be 10% above average.
Yeah.
He's going to get opportunity. That's for sure as well. I don't know if that exposes him though and makes him worse, but as it stands right now, fantastic year. And as mentioned, a 3.6 WAR according to Fangraphs. So can't get much better than that. But a guy I did really want to talk about today as well was Jack Suwinski, just a little bit more because, we brought him to the group chat yesterday. The numbers do not stand out. I mean, he is a guy when he mentioned who's hitting under 200. He is one of them, right? A 185 batting average, 71 weighted run created plus. He's not been good result-wise offensively. However, and I said it kind of jokingly because like it kind of alludes to what we're getting at here. When he had that full count yesterday, I was like, does he like lead the team in full counts? Because I swear, like every time Jack Suwinski's up, he just loads the count up. And that's like something I've noticed from Jack Suwinski is he looks comfortable at the plate. Like he looks like a major leaguer. He's not putting it together results wise. Of course, the babe up at 211 right now. Like he's not been lucky on hits either per se, but Jack Suwinski has impressed me as much as you can for a guy hitting 185. Like that's the way I'll put it.
I think that's a good way to put it. I guess I would phrase it a little differently. I don't really know if Jack Suwinski's done much, especially at the plate, to impress me. But he hasn't done anything at the plate for me to say, this guy sucks. He can't handle major league pitching, right? Like when I see him up to bat and he's going through all the pitches and he's, whatever you want to call it. It's early. I'm still trying to get my mind with me here.
I know. I couldn't think of full count. So
you look at him and you don't think this is a AA player who's overmatched, right? Like you do not, that thought doesn't come in your mind at all. Like he looks like he's a Major League Baseball player putting together a Major League at bat at all times. Again, the results haven't necessarily been there, like how you would want to see from like an everyday right fielder. You know, that's you kind of need some stuff there. But I also don't think that his numbers are indicative of like, you know, what he's capable of doing. Because again, he has looked comfortable. He's looked good at the plate. He's been great defensively.
Unlike Ben Gamel.
Yeah. So I'm not really sure what to. I think going into this year, I probably was like, hey, you know, Jack Suwinski, you're probably looking at a guy with a ceiling of like a fourth outfielder. Right. That was probably my thought going into here. And I mean, it's only been 17 games that we've seen him, but I feel a lot more comfortable that he's going to hit that ceiling, I guess is what I'm saying. Like, I think this has been a good kind of dose of major league pitching for him. And again, you can't really come up to any conclusions based off of 59 plate appearances. I do not think Jack Suwinski is like an everyday major league right fielder, like on a good team. I don't think that's ever going to be the case, but I do think he could be a contributor off the bench, a fourth outfielder who can play defense well, play every defensive position, and give you a good quality major league at bat from the left side of the plate when you need it. So there's nothing wrong with that at all.
Right.
And I think I feel more and more comfortable every time I see him. Thinking that, you know, that ceiling that I kind of had in my mind for him, like he can hit that. He can hit that fourth outfielder ceiling.
That's a really good way of putting it. And like, I agree with all of that. You know, like as I mentioned, when he was coming up, if you told me he was batting 180 at this point in time, right, I probably wouldn't be shocked. Mm-hmm. The thing is, I would probably think in my mind, like, oh God, this guy sucks. But I don't think that. Like, even though he's batting the 180 right now, I don't look at him and say, oh my God, this guy sucks. You know, like Cole Tucker, Jack Suwinski in my head are two completely different players, even though like their numbers aren't that far off per se. Now, obviously the way to run a creative plus is different. You know, the 2 home runs make a big difference. But like the thing too is like Jack Suwinski walks a good amount, a decent amount, you know, he doesn't strike out a ton. Like you said, he doesn't look overmatched. But on top of that, too, like what we're going to get into is like his defense has been immensely impressive for going into right field. Like never seeing PNC Park what he's been doing, and like the numbers do show as well. He is in a limited time so far, right? Been very, very good defensively. Like that is super impressive to me. And again, it might just be because I've never seen a good right fielder in PNC Park, like for how many years, you know? So maybe that's part of it. Like someone who can play competent defense, you're like, holy shit, what's this guy? But he's not even doing that. He actually is playing good defense. So like what you're saying about the fourth outfielder, I mean, defensively alone, it seems like the glove's competent to be just a fourth outfielder, right? I mean, like a Jake Marisnick, I'm not saying he's that good defensively, but like Jake Marisnick's value comes in the fact that he can play for all 3 outfield spots and the bats, whatever. So like Jack Suwinski could, in my mind, show me that he could be a fourth outfielder. I think the bat, like there's a little more in there, you know? So I'm giving him still like every opportunity, even though he's a guy who's batting 180 and you're thinking, oh, let's set him down, let's get a new guy or whatever. Like that's not in my mind at all. I still want to see more. Let him get out, like let him keep developing right here because he's showing he belongs per se.
And I think the Pirates are probably in the same boat as we are. I mean, if you just look at like the last 6 lineups, right? Like their rolling lineup here, you know, Suwinski's been in the lineup every day for the past week or so. He doesn't get days off. It hit him, Gamel, or pretty much slotted into that left field, right field spot for the last few weeks now. But no, I agree with you. And we talk about the defense. One play in particular comes to mind, and I forget which game it was. I think it was against the Dodgers this past homestand. But there was a runner on first. There was 1 out. High fly ball to right field. and like he played it like he was going to catch it, right? I don't know if you remember this play, but he like went back to the wall, played it like he was going to catch it until like the very last moment. He turned around because he knew the ball was going off the wall, and he played it perfectly on a hop. And just by doing that, you freeze that runner at first base because he's now thinking, oh, well, this ball's it's going to get caught. I'm not going to go anywhere. When in all reality, he probably that runner should have scored from first, right? Instead, he's going halfway between first and second because of the way just Suwinski's playing the ball. It's like little stuff like that. Like the runner went to third, right? But I think under a normal circuit, like if he would have just turned around, right, and looked like he was playing the ball off the fence, that runner from first scores because he's just going, right? But he played it in a way, he fooled the runner didn't score. And it's just like little stuff like that. Yeah, we're not really used to seeing good outfield defense all the time. And especially because we've been playing shortstops in right field a lot lately. So
That's fun too.
But that play actually, more than anything, that play, like when I saw that, I was like, Jack Zielinski knows what he's doing out there. So I was impressed with that. That's something that you don't always see the young players do. Like, just it was a super high, I hate the phrase, but like it was very high baseball IQ play. Like he like that was just the smart thing to do and the right thing to do in that situation, and he did it. So that kind of just stuck in my mind for a little bit.
No, I'm glad you did bring that one up too, because right, like that's also something that doesn't like come up in the box score or as well, Yeah. So I've been, like I said, just super impressed, and again, like not even just impressed alone with that, but the fact too, like right field's a bit tricky. It's a bit tricky, and this is the first time he's seeing PNC Park, and the way he's playing it, it's almost as if he's been there for 5 years, like he knows the wall, he knows PNC Park, and he's just playing it well. So, again, I've just been very, very impressed by him. So yeah, so like again, like I'm just like, don't look at this guy as he's a 185 hitter. He sucks. He's probably not going to be good, like I probably don't see him being like this good right fielder in the future. And like you're betting on Jack Suwinski to be penciled in as a right fielder going forward, and he's going to be great. But like I want to see as much as Jack Suwinski like this year as possible. I know he skipped AAA. Yep. He's here now, but hey, he's here now. Again, you can develop in the major leagues, right? Our whole O'Neal Cruz argument, like you can develop. That's part of, being called up and such. And he doesn't look overmatched, so let's just see it. And if he ends the year at 225, ends the year at 225. I'm good with that. So yeah, like I said, Jack Suwinski is one of them I really wanted to talk about today because of that. Anything to you as well you want to bring up, talk? Any standouts? Standouts. Let's talk
a little bit about the pitching just from Saturday and Sunday.
Okay.
Zach Thompson again putting together a really good performance.
Yep.
6 scoreless innings, 1 hit. This is now back-to-back games that he has looked extremely good. Now you can say that both of those games were against the Reds, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's true. They were both against the Reds, the worst team in baseball. But he did what like you're supposed to do against the worst team in baseball. So that was good to see. Hopefully that kind of gets him back on track a little bit. You look at his season numbers overall now, and going into this week they were absolutely pathetic, right? And now they're not great still, but
they're just bad.
They're not like the worst you've ever seen, right? So I'm interested to kind of see if he can keep that going, see what he can do next time out against a team that's not the Reds. I think I tweeted it out like in the middle of the start. He had a no-hitter going into the 6th inning, actually. It was like, hey, it's nice to see him do this, but like the only time we've seen him do this so far is against the Reds. So it's like, I want to see him do it against somebody else. Like, let's see him do it against a real major league team, and then we can kind of draw some conclusions. But maybe we were writing him off a little too early. I don't know, but again, the one thing about this rotation that's good for somebody like Zach Thompson is like he's going to be given plenty of opportunities to show us if he has it or not. So it was good to see him turn it around this past week. Now let's see if he can keep it going against non-Reds teams.
I like it. Speaking of opportunity, the one who gets all the opportunities, Mitch Keller. Just to bring up. So once again, Mitch Keller had his outing, his opportunity, his 7th opportunity of the season so far this year, his 7th start, and just didn't look good again. I mean, we're going to bring it up, and I'm on board too. Like, you're just going to see him all season long. It is what it is. But are we coming closer to a conclusion on maybe like what Mitch Keller is? Are we ever going to see what we want to see out of Mitch Keller?
We've been having this conversation for like 4 years now.
Mm-hmm. We have. But again, like, I'll give it, all the intrigue was there about the velocity. And, you know, as we said, like, it was nice to see. I want to see results, but at least there was like a fundamental change. So I will give him the opportunity to show me what that's going to do for him. It's been 7 starts now. Where are we at?
He's just not it. He's not it. Like, I don't know if it's going to take like again, he's very talented. Like he's got the talent. So I think he could stick around and at least, I don't know, maybe he becomes a reliever, right? I don't know. But right now the command is terrible. Like he's not striking people out. He's not missing bats. The ball is getting hit super hard off of him. The dogs don't like
says it best.
Dogs don't like. No, it's again, he'll be given plenty of opportunities on this team, and I think if you're the Pirates, like you kind of have to give him plenty of opportunities because like a lot of your future rides on if Mitch Keller is good or not, right? Sure. And so like you really need to find this out, and right now it's definitely leaning towards he's not good as opposed to he is good. But it's 7 starts. He's looked good in 2 out of the 7, and then the other 5 he really hasn't. So yeah, we'll see. Like I said, keep giving him the ball, but I have almost no faith in Mitch Keller at this point.
That's really where I'm at. Again, like especially these 2 starts after that really, really good start against the Padres, which like that was a really good start. That was something maybe we're turning the corner on to me, right? And then seeing these next 2 starts, clearly
both against the Reds too, like both against the worst team in baseball.
Well, the one was
2 starts against the worst team in baseball,
Padres, right?
No, I mean he went Padres and he went Reds.
Oh, I see what you're saying. The 2 starts after the Padres, right? Okay, my bad. I thought you were talking about what his good start was, right? His 2, right, the 2 starts after his really good start was the Reds, and that's inexcusable. Like you should have just carved them up, right? Gotcha. Yes. So right, like that's the thing. I wasn't expecting much. Cool, he has the velocity, and we talked about all offseason for the most part. That's great, but that wasn't his problem. More or less, right? It wasn't so much that it helps, right? But it wasn't as if it's like, oh, if he just added velocity, he'd be good. No one was ever saying that. It would help him. So he got it. I was open, especially his spring. His spring just looked phenomenal. So I came to the 2022 season just with a fresh slate. Kind of just erased those commercials. Forget everything you knew about Mitch Keller. Right? That's how I kind of came into this season. I'm just going to forget everything I knew. Let him show me what he is now. And he's showing me. And now I'm remembering what I knew about him. And it's the same. So even though he has more velocity, just the same pitcher though. And I'm just kind of with you. Like the Pirates have to. Like they have to figure this out. Him being good is going to change this future so much because it lacks in quality, I think, starting pitching, right? In all the minors. So Mitch Keller being good would really help solve that, because you have Rowansy coming up here this year as well. So like having Rowansy and Mitch Keller in this rotation is 2/5 of it. Now, if it's just Rowansy, like you're in trouble. You got to find some pitching. So that's why Mitch Keller's going to be here, because it's for one, there's nothing chasing him out of this rotation, but for two, like the Pirates really need him to be good. They have to like find some way to be good, and it does suck. I'm not just saying this because of the perception, but like you don't want Mitch Keller to be that guy that you couldn't figure out when he goes somewhere else that he does. Not just because of the stigma, but because you need that.
Yeah. No, I mean, well put. Like if this team's going to be good, they're going to need good pitching. And Mitch Keller has to be a part of that. Because like who else is like that's it.
Who's that's what I'm so worried about with this. Like who is next?
Yeah. I mean, if you're like thinking down the road, like, okay, this team's going to be a competitive team in 2024. You hope Rowansy Contreras is one of those guys. But then like after that, you have nothing but either question marks, like Michael Burrows type guys, Michael Burrows and Quinn Priester type guys, where you really don't know what they're going to be like, right? You hope that they're going to be good, but you don't know. And then, you've that's it. Then they're like I said, you have a Mitch Keller. Like, is he gonna be there? I don't know. You need him to be
more like no,
because you need 5 of those guys. You like Rowansy is kind of who you're counting on, and then you need 4 more.
And it's not.
You need more than 4. You need like 5 or 6 more, honestly, to get you through like a full season. So like you need like 7 capable starting pitchers. And right now, if we're looking into the future, I see 1.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Like you said, like who can be here and who's going to be productive is different things too. Like Michael Burrows is showing lights out stuff. I mean, he's definitely creeping up prospect lists, but that's more of a surprise thing. You look at Priester, he seems to be going the opposite direction. That's not good, Yeah. Kranick made his appearance this year. Like you hope maybe there's something there, but like on all these guys you're talking about, very much question marks or like a very capped ceiling. Yeah. So it's not looking good for the rotation in the future. And that's again why, as Pirate fans, you might hate to watch it. And I'm tired of seeing him. But like and the Pirates need a good rotation in 2024. And Mitch Keller could help solve and check a lot of boxes on that if he is good. So like they're going to give him every opportunity. They're going to keep working him all year. They need to try to figure this out. Like that's the problem. They have to figure this out.
Yeah. And so then the only other way that you can put a rotation together is like you're going to have to sign some pieces, right? I mean, obviously, like they're going to have to sign some pieces. And so far, Ben has hit on 2 of those with Tyler Anderson, and it seems like Quintana's just looked excellent. No other way to put it. He's like, he looks totally revitalized. It looks like his old self, honestly. But like you need multiple of those people for multiple years if you want to put something together. So like, is Ben Cherington capable of filling out a quality rotation with what now seems like it's going to have to be like 4 arms from the outside? Like, can he do that? Can he even do that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll have to see. And like all things fair, it's not as if Neil Huntington developed a ton of pitchers, right? Most of the success did come from outside. They just had a really, really good game plan. It worked until it didn't work. So, like we can give Ben Cherington his opportunity to do the same. Like you said, like Tyler Anderson hit well. Quintana is hitting pretty nicely so far. But right, like that's a clear issue I see in this rebuild is the arms. There just isn't enough quality ones that look like they're MLB capable. For a really,
I wonder if we see like a Los Angeles Angels type draft coming up where they go like 20 for 20 pitchers.
Right.
They just draft 20 pitchers and they're like, here you guys go. Like, some of you have to be good
Figure
at
it
some
out.
point.
Right. Yeah. I wouldn't mind that. I mean, there's enough bats per se. Hopefully. Right. Hopefully. But yeah. So anyways, yeah, I want to bring up Mitch Keller just for that because again, like the more I see him, it's just I'm with everyone else more or less feeling that he's not there. But I'm also okay, and you will see him. I want to see him pitch all year too because he has to figure something out. All right, so anything else you want to talk about? I mean, David Bednar still is just unbelievably amazing.
So good.
So good.
I think that's about it. I think we pretty much hit on everything there. Back on the road. So we took the home series. I hope we were set 4-3 during our 7-game homestand. Back on the road today against the Cubs. Let's take a look at this upcoming Pirates schedule. Dylan Peters starting tonight.
Yep.
By the way, Dylan Peters starting. Whose turn is it actually through the rotation? Is it Bryce Wilson?
I assume
Who might be piggybacking there. But yeah, Peters, Brubaker, and then Keller's in line to start next Wednesday, this Wednesday. But short 3-game stand against the Cubs, and then they come back home for Cardinals and Rockies. So, yeah. 3 night games this weekend in Chicago. You don't see that very often.
Oh, that's unusual.
Yeah.
No 2:20 game.
No day games at Wrigley this week.
Interesting. All right, then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what Dylan Peters does again tonight. I'm starting to feel like they should do more piggybacking. Like, I really do. They should do a lot more of this. Get Kranick up here, have him and Peters do this type of stuff because the starter's stuck. I just want to bring up one thing real quick, too. So, again, this is what's like been grinding my gears a lot with the whole Josh Van Meter stuff. Not that these guys were great, but Pirates do end up losing Sam Howard to Detroit. They claim him off waivers. They lose Bo Slusser to Baltimore. Yep. To Salser came up here, pitched 9 innings. I mean, he was effective. I'm not saying he was going to be a long-term good answer, but like again, for a team that lacks depth in pitching in arms, they've just lost 2 guys of the organization now.
Yeah.
And again, ultimately in my eyes, because they felt a need that they needed to keep Cole Tucker and Josh Van Meter on the 40-man, which I don't understand. So I'm just very irked at this, like extremely irked at all this management that they're doing in that sense. But I guess it just is what it is. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't understand it, Jim. I just don't.
I also don't really get, like, they claimed who they just claim off of.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that.
Waivers.
Beatty.
Tyler Beatty. Yeah. The guy sucks.
Yes.
Like, he's not good. And has never been good. Like, it's not even like it's a matter of, hey, this guy like was good at one point. No, he hasn't ever been good. He hasn't been good since college. Yeah, I think it was college. Like, he was good in college, and then like once he hit the pros, not good. He's 28 now. Like, he's about to turn 29, and he has yet to do anything in the major leagues that's impresses you in any way whatsoever. I didn't really get that claiming. Honestly, I didn't get it.
I'm with you.
And he's on the active roster. Like, he's now in the bullpen. So now you have Tyler Beatty and Heath Hembry in there, And it's like I don't want to see either of those guys.
Are we going to get off this? He was a former first rounder train, because there's a lot of former first rounders that are garbage and they suck, and that's just it's okay. That's a part of baseball. Yeah. That's what prospects do, you know. So again, it's like why did you keep Josh Van Meter, Lou Salser, and then in all of that, like, you picked up Beatty?
I think my biggest thing is sending Kranick down.
Well, that too. Yes.
Yeah.
But again, I don't understand all this.
I don't think they're trying to win.
Well, we know that. But they're just doing dumb things too to not win.
That's why, yeah. No, they're playing bad players. That's what they're doing.
Like, Max Kranick doesn't make this team good. You just don't have to be this terrible all the time. You don't have to get no hits.
That's true.
Right?
You don't have to. Yeah.
You don't have to. How pissed off is Charrington that they got no hit and won? This wasn't part of the plan.
No. He was like, I'm going to put together a team that's going to get no hit. And then they do it, but they still win.
Damn it. Van Meter starting 4 more games. Anyways, yeah, I'm just questioning a lot of these moves right now. Anytime Josh Van Meter avoids a DFA, I'm going to be upset. It just is what it is. I'm sorry. He's not a major leaguer. He's not talented. He stinks. There's so many. I mean, that's another thing too. Michael Perez, when he dove the first base the other day, or it was Knapp, right? Knapp. He had that hit. I was just cringing. I'm like, no, please, you can't get injured. I don't care. Like, I need every catcher to not
thought the
hustle.
Same thing. Yeah.
No catcher is allowed to hustle on this team because they can't afford to get injured, because there's nobody else to cover you because of bad management. There's no one else. There's no one that they have nothing else. Henry can't play AAA. I mean, in the majors this year. He's about
technically can, which, by the way, he hasn't played in the last 3 days either.
I know,
since he got hit.
I don't understand. Is there something there?
No, apparently he's not hurt. Corey Geiger actually just posted an article that I saw that I had.
Okay.
They're just extra. They're just being super extra precautionary, that because I think he got hit in the hand.
Okay.
And so they just they're just giving him some days.
I'm good with that then. Yeah, that's fine. Being extra precautionary and hindering his development. No, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
But yes, that why Josh Van Meter has to be on this team and not a third freaking catcher on the 40-man, right? Or another freaking relief pitcher that is semi-trustworthy of giving you some innings. I don't understand, but it is what it is. So again, that's why I'm up in arms about Josh Van Meter on the team, and Cole Tucker too. Again, and also Cole Tucker. They're both in the same lump. They're here and others aren't, and I won't understand that. So that's all. Don't give me the money sign. Was Bo Salser giving you is he too expensive for this team?
Okay, so I'm more talking about Rowan C. And
that too. Oh yeah, well we know that part too.
Yeah.
I'm that's the sad part. It's not even that. There's other things that are cheap also. It just doesn't make any sense. Rowansy's coming though, soon enough. All right. Let's get out of here, I guess, right?
Sure.
Okay. We'll call it a day. We'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe, follow. Appreciate you. And then we'll see you later. Bye-bye.
See you guys.